If you are a busy mum who's looking to lose body fat, but you're feeling stuck, then you're gonna watch this video, because in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I helped this mum of a teenager lose 8 kilos over 12 weeks. Let's get started. First of all, I'd like to say a little bit about my client. My client, Nicole, was somebody who had a dance background in Latin dancing and was also a former soccer player who actually suffered an injury on her knee, which actually got her out of salsa dancing and it got her out of the gym. So when she came to me, she actually hadn't been doing anything for quite a while. Her confidence was quite low and she wanted to do something so that she could build herself up, find her strength again, and feel strong in her knees. We started by focusing on her training, and we got her on a training program that saw her being at the gym twice a week to try and strengthen her legs, try and strengthen her knees, and make sure that she was feeling confident in her body. After she was able to achieve a bit of confidence in her legs, we actually started focusing and discussing weight loss. When Nicole first came to me, she didn't want to necessarily lose weight, and she had had bad experiences in the past in the nutrition world. She actually wanted to find an approach that was going to help her not hate her relationship with food, to be able to enjoy her body more, and to feel confident within herself. As soon as she said these things to me, I knew that I had exactly what was going to help her. First thing that I introduced Nicole to was the idea of flexible eating and calorie manipulation. This is the idea that you can actually eat the things that you enjoy while losing weight, and those two things don't have to be apart. Let me explain. A lot of people, when they start doing a diet, they will actually cut out a lot of different foods. Some of those foods that they cut out, they think to themselves that they can never enjoy them. Think of things like burgers, pizza, alcohol, chocolate. Now, the reality is we can fit all of those foods into our diet if we're trying to lose weight. We just have to be smart about it. And the first thing that we do is we start to track our calories. Now, when I first said this to Nicole, she had a bit of hesitation because she'd had bad experiences in the past with calorie tracking. This is where I showed her some of the tips that I show my clients. I showed her that we can actually make calorie tracking significantly easier by doing a few things. The first thing that I showed Nicole is the idea of pre-logging your foods ahead of time. So instead of having to be on your app every single day and tracking everything you're eating, you're going to pre-log the things that you know you eat on a regular basis. This might be things like your breakfast, your lunches, and even some of the snacks that you're having Monday to Friday. Because let's face it, most of us are pretty boring and we're having a lot of the same foods a lot of the time. So by doing something like pre-logging, it makes tracking your calories significantly easier. The second thing that I introduced Nicole to was the idea of manipulating calories so that we could eat more calories on the weekend. This meant that she was able to enjoy time with her boyfriend, enjoy time with her family, and this way she didn't have to feel like she was being deprived of some of the foods that she enjoyed. Because of Nicole's ethnic background, like myself, I know what it's like to have a family that shows you love with food, and she wanted to have that flexibility around her family so that she could eat a little bit more with them, but still be disciplined during the week. By teaching her about calorie manipulation so that she could eat more on the weekend, and by showing her that calorie tracking doesn't have to be something that feels restrictive, but actually empowering and lets you eat a bit more of the things that you actually enjoy eating, she was able to successfully lose 8 kilos over 12 weeks. This accompanied by the fact that she was going to the gym regularly, and now she started going to the gym 3 times a week. She actually was able to really sculpt her body. When we talked about her training program and we looked at what she was doing or what she had done in the past versus what I got her doing, the main difference was I focused on changing a lot of her exercises to compound lifts. A lot of the time people will go to the gym like Nicole and they'll spend a lot of time doing isolation exercises or work on the cardio machines. And one of the things that I tried to educate Nicole was that as a busy mom, your time is going to be limited. So we want to ensure that when you are in the gym, you're actually doing things that will give you a big bang for your buck. So instead of doing a lot of isolation exercises, I got her doing things like back squats, the leg press, hip thrusts, deadlifts, exercises that are essentially going to let you work a lot of different muscle groups all at the same time, instead of spending all of your time doing isolation exercises that only work one muscle group at a time. If you're the kind of person who is really tight on time, you are going to be better off ensuring that you are focusing on compound exercises and only sprinkling some isolation exercises on top, instead of it being the other way around. Because this is one of the main reasons why people go to the gym for many years and often don't see a lot of results. If you're spending all your time doing isolation glute exercises and spending 30 minutes on the Stairmaster, your body shape is probably not going to change very much. On top of this, I also focused on giving Nicole a step goal because she was a pretty busy mum of a child. We actually didn't keep her step goal very high, and it actually stayed pretty moderate. This is something important to understand. Sometimes people try and lose weight. They try and tackle everything all at the same time. They decide to try and start following a calorie deficit. They decide to try and aim for 10,000 steps a day, and they decide to try and go to the gym 5 days a week. And the reality is, if you focus on one of those areas really strongly, you can afford to focus a little bit less on other areas. In Nicole's case, because she wasn't able to get her steps up very high every day, we just didn't put as much of a priority on that, which is good news to you, because if you are a busy mum who doesn't have a lot of time, you might not have a lot of time in the day to try and get your steps up, but you might have the time now and the right strategy so that you can manipulate your calories so you can get your body to lose weight. If you're the kind of person who feels a bit stuck with your weight loss right now and you don't know what to do, the first thing that I would suggest is to go to my free calorie calculator below, where you can enter your details and it will spit out the exact number you should be following to start losing some weight. And if you're the kind of person who needs a bit of accountability and you'd like somebody to keep you accountable every single day, you'd like tailored meal plans, a tailored training program, then I've got some space open in my upcoming 12-week program, and you can register for the wait list below as well in the links there. And now, if you're still feeling a bit lost about your weight loss, then YouTube recommends that you watch this video right here.